Yes.
Hello. So this weekly roundtable is starting off with me saying, "Is it on?" Anyway, welcome to this Wednesday's weekly post. This is the roundtable at Avalon Springs Farm. I am coming to you dressed in holiday attire, even though we have not passed Halloween. Ho ho Halloween. Anyway, okay, I got to take the hat off now, right? Yes, okay. I have a couple things to announce, and then I have a subject for today. The couple things to announce are the next 3 shows are this weekend is the Maryland, so there's a community of alpaca owners, and their organization is MABA, M-A-B-A, and so they do a show for animals, but then they also do a fleece and fiber festival. So their show this weekend, it has gone virtual. It's called the Maryland Fleece and Fiber Festival. You can find their group on Facebook. It's a page, and then also the virtual festival will be going on in their group. And my participation is I'm going to put some yarn up in celebration of their virtual festival, and then also I will do a virtual booth at 1 o'clock on Sunday. The second show is Camp Yarnsey, and that one is coming up in November. It is like a 2-week period of different fiber related and crafting activities. You can go to their Camp Yarnsey website. They also have a Facebook page, but I believe that you sign up for everything on their website. And I think the calendar for the 2-week camp in November is being published now. And so that's up. Some things are free and some are you buy things, and there will be lots of classes and workshops and activities, and it's pretty cool. So, and then the last one is there will be a November and a December in-person backyard booth that I do with the Farm Chicks, which is myself, Avalon Springs Farm, Dallas Davidson of Dancing Leaf Dye Works, and Lisa Check of Flying Goat Farm. I believe the December one is our normal holiday show, and we're inviting our normal tour stops to join us on that one. So that one will be the fast holiday show. So those things are coming up too, and I will publish on Instagram, Facebook, and that kind of thing too. So, and again, we are just always operating within the guidelines of what we can do here in the state of Maryland, in the context of the pandemic. So for right now, because the backyard booth or open studio days that we do for the Farm Chicks, it's like a succession of a small amount of people with an outdoor waiting area where you can knit so that only 1 or 2 people go in and see the yarn at a time, lots of hand washing, contactless credit card, that kind of thing, mask wearing. So, we're proceeding in that context. So those are, actually that's 4 shows, considering that the December one through the Fiber Art Studio tour. So that's 4 shows. And then the topic for today, right? Yeah, the topic for today. First, you know what? Let me say a little bit about where I am, just because I want to do one goodwill thing before I get into selling my own stuff. Will you zoom in on these cute little angels? So, right now, you will find these cute little fiber ornament angels on my website. I think for the moment, I just have the large girls listed, and the little ones will be listed shortly. They are to raise money for the Cystic Fibrosis Foundation. And what we've been doing is the entire cost of the angel, that goes to the Cystic Fibrosis Foundation. And then I send a little bit, I match Mid Valley Fibers, who's Linda Minnick, does all the artwork and donates her materials and her labor. And I match her cost for that so that when you buy one, the entire $10 can go to CF. And we usually send our donations to the Washington, D.C. chapter. So I'll talk about those again, but...
For context, that's how large it is compared to my hand. And that's how small the ones are.
Oh, yes. And they're boys and girls, and they're named after real people who are successfully fighting CF. So that's really cool. And then today's topic had to do with mini skeins. The lighting in here is not that great, but it's okay. So these little adorable, these are called elf socks. And, oh, Jenny, let's see your hand. Put your hand up so that you can see. And you could cuff that. Here's another one. You know. So these are made out of these little 100-yard mini skeins that I make by the gazillions. And I have them in a bunch of Christmassy colors. But any winter holiday colors. So I kind of focused on green, red, white, blue, gold, and silver. And there's more coming. This basket is reflective of the fact that it's okay, you can zoom into my other basket, the little kits I made. So this pattern to make these socks is a downloadable pattern on my website. But that was convenient because you were normally seeing me in person and rummaging through my bin of mini skeins all the time. And now you can't do that. So what I decided to do, it takes 2 mini skeins to make the little socks. And these were all knit. Zoom in on these. Oh my God, they're so cute. God, the cuteness factor drives me crazy. And here I put my bin on them. That's terrible. Okay, yes. Just scan through. You can move them around, Jenny. Yeah, so the camera can see them. So, we do them in a bunch of different little mini skein. The pattern allows you to knit them 2 ways, either using one more solid color and with accented heel, toe, and cuff. Let's see. That's a good example of that one that's easy to see on camera, was this white one with the blue. Zoom out a little bit so they see the toe, the heel, and the cuff with a 1 mini skein here. Or using your 2 mini skeins, let me show the striped version in a similar colorway. Or, with just using 2 mini skeins and alternating the colors, making stripes as you go along. So in the pattern are directions for both of those. So it's a practical pattern. And then what I did was I kitted up it with the pattern and the 2 needed minis. And I called them cute little, they all have colorway names. Here, let me grab a couple. Like this one was Candy Cane. And I think there's one named after Hearth and Evergreen. And Silver Bells. And you know what? I have to tell you, the one called Silver Bells, the photograph on the internet is not quite as cool as they look in person. That really blends and has kind of like an elegant look. So I'm telling you guys in person, guys, I really liked that color combo with the silver and gold together. Anyway, for my folks that see me during this little live stream, you guys get to know that they are on sale. And I won't keep them on sale, but I'll give you like a window to get them. And then I'll put them back at their regular price. The mini skeins go for like $7 a piece because it's 100 yards and all that. And that was just a derivative of the cost of the big skeins. And there are 2 of those, and then the pattern. So it was like 7 and 7 or 14 in the $5 pattern, and that's what the regular retail price was. But they're 20% off right now for my little folks who come to these roundtable sessions. And I guess I've been talking for like however many minutes long and haven't asked if there are any questions. Jenny, does anybody? Okay, that's cool. So I'm going to put this video up on YouTube. Let me tell you a couple more little things about knitting the socks, ways to make it easy. Size 3 needles, gauge is not critical. If you're a tight knitter or a loose knitter, because this is not a sock on your foot, you should not stress out about how tight the sock comes out. It only has to hold whatever you put in it. And we also included in the thing directions for a little hanger, so that you can hang them up. So gauge is not critical. If you're a person, it's easy peasy for people who make socks. I would say that if you have never made socks, you could still try this. And if you had success with this little abbreviated sock pattern, you could use it as a stepping stone to go on to becoming a sock knitter. So I'm not going to say this is a don't do it if you're not a sock knitter. You still might, be able to do it. And there's a lot of straight knitting in there. So little ribbing, straight knitting, and then the one, the complicated part. Size 3 needles, but you could go up or down depending on your personal taste. You'll have a little leftover, I guess. And for those of you who do knit socks, if you can knit, I went back to Kathleen this morning and I said, Kathleen, you made this giant pile of samples. And there were a few more, but people bought some. How long did it take you? And she said that if she knits a good, so Kathleen she's actually on the front of the pattern. Kathleen is Crackpot Woolworks. A good gauge of how long it will take you to make one of these is if you can knit a sock in an evening or like, let's say, one sitting, then you could probably knit several of these in that same amount of time. And I guess that's true, because really there's, like I said, there's this girth of it is all just knit, You're going to have to stop and think at the toe and the heel, and then if you're pretty comfortable doing, the ribbing part that we do on everything, then that's not a problem either. Let me think. Are there any other little helpful hints that I can tell people?
I don't know. I don't knit.
Yeah, Jenny, why am I asking you? So I'm a spinner and Jenny is a needle felter, so, This is
not very useful.
Yeah. But anyway, I wrote the pattern. Woohoo! Because I'm pretty good at reading patterns. So, this was an adaptation from a sort of a standard concept of a stocking or a sock. So there you go. No questions, no worries, no this, don't answer, okay. So I put a couple of my 6 different kit colorways online. If you don't see something that tickles your fancy, you want one color of this versus one color of that, you can use the contact me button and tell me, oh, Karen, I need a purple sock, and you don't have one. Whatever your holiday colors are to you, which to me is the rainbow, you just let me know, and I will put some together in those colors. I think that's it for today. So thanks for coming, and I'll see you next Wednesday.